Hello children, how are you? See, I would like to ask you, what did we discuss in the previous class? Those who know, please raise your hand. What did we discuss in the previous class? Naidu,
Sir,
tell me, what did we discuss?
we discussed phrases about phrases and noun phrases.
Very good. What is phrase?
A a phrase is a word which have no subject and a predicate.
A phrase is
A phrase is a small sentence which have no meaning.
phrase is a sentence.
That didn't have a meaning.
Meaning, really?
It means it didn't have subject.
It doesn't have subject.
Sir.
Okay. Bala,
Sir,
you speak out.
we discussed about subject, predicate, and phrase, sir.
What is phrase?
A phrase is a word, a phrase is a sentence that does not have a subject and a predicate.
Phrase is a
Phrase is a sentence that does not have a subject and predicate.
phrase is a sentence.
Phrase is a group of words, sir. Sorry.
Yes, very good.
Phrase is a group of words that does not have subject and predicate.
Very good, very good. So phrase is a group of words. Actually, phrase is a part of sentence. Okay, good. Anjana Sai,
Sir, yes, sir.
what is the noun phrase?
Noun phrase, the group of words in which we have the noun in the subject.
Actually, phrase doesn't have subject, no.
Yes, sir.
But how can you say group of words having subject you are telling?
But
What is noun phrase?
noun phrase is a phrase in which the predicate is the noun.
Predicate. Where is the predicate?
Yes, sir.
Predicate, see, a phrase doesn't have subject and predicate, no.
Yes, sir.
But you are telling predicate. You have used the word predicate. Have you noted down the notes?
Yes, sir.
Once revise that notes.
Okay, sir.
What is there? Padmasri. Padmasri.
Sir,
What is noun phrase?
a group of words known as phrase which says about a noun is known as noun phrase, sir.
Okay, very good. Commonly in that phrase, what do we observe?
In that phrase, sir, in noun phrase or phrase, sir?
Noun phrase.
In noun phrase, we observe an article, opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, and material, sir.
What are they? Article and adjective.
Yes, sir.
More number of adjectives are there, then we follow that order.
Yes, sir.
What is that order? Once again tell.
Article, opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, and material.
Origin means,
Place, sir.
for example, an Indian cricketer. What is
Yes,
the
sir.
origin here?
Repeat again, sir.
An Indian cricketer. In this phrase, what is origin?
Indian, sir.
Exactly.
India, sir.
Very good, very good. Keep it up.
Okay, sir.
Friend. Okay. Mute it. Mute your mic. All the children, say turn off your video. All the children, turn off your video and mute your mic. Still, some children, Shavana, Ramya, and some other children, video is on. Please turn off. Ramya and some other, please turn off your video. If you turn off, your mobile data will be saved. Say, in the last class we discussed phrase, noun phrase. These two we discussed. Today we are going to discuss noun phrase in opposition. In apposition. We are all aware of what is phrase and what is noun phrase. Now we have to learn about noun phrase in apposition. It is not opposition, it is apposition. Apposition is nothing but just in front of something or somebody. I will write here. Pragati. The educational institute Pragati, the educational institute is one of the reputed institutions say Pragati, the educational institute is one of the reputed ones. Here the educational institute is a noun phrase. The educational institute is noun phrase. It is just before the institute. See here, Pragati is the institute. We write something, some phrase, the noun phrase, which is associated with Pragati, which is associated with subject or object of the sentence. Say the educational institute. Pragati is the educational institute. Simply we say Pragati, the educational institute is one of the reputed institutions. Here the educational institute is noun phrase and it is placed just before the noun Pragati. Is it just before? And this is showing the relation, and it is associated with this term Pragati. Here, now you can understand what is apposition. Apposition is nothing but just before. Just before. We write something which is related to the term Pragati just before that. This is called apposition. Got it? Once again I tell you what is associated with this term Pragati is simply placed just before the term, that is called apposition. Noun phrase in apposition. In apposition means we place some noun phrase which is associated with this term, that is called just before that. Just before, see, Pragati is there. Just before, what I write? The educational institution. Just before. One more example I give you, then you can understand well. Kalidas the greatest dramatist Kalidas, the greatest dramatist, wrote many plays in Sanskrit. See, Kalidas, the greatest dramatist, wrote many plays in Sanskrit. Here, the greatest dramatist is noun phrase. Okay, this noun phrase is placed just before the term Kalidas. This is called noun phrase in apposition. Noun phrase in apposition. That means we write some related words just before the term or the subject or the object. This is called noun phrase in apposition. So, after the subject or some object, we write some associated words or some related words just before them. This is called apposition. Noun phrase in apposition. We can write single terms also, but that is not a phrase. Noun phrase means it must have a group of words and the words must modify a noun in the group. The words must modify a noun, then it is called noun phrase. Here we are discussing noun phrase in apposition means some noun phrase is must and it is written just before a subject or some term, subject or object. So Kalidas wrote many plays in Sanskrit, that is one sentence, but we added noun phrase also. Kalidas, the greatest dramatist, wrote many plays in Sanskrit. So this, the greatest dramatist, is a noun phrase which is associated with Kalidas. If it is not related to this Kalidas, it is the wrong expression. Okay, my dear friends. So I give another example. Another example I give you. Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. It is located in Nepal. See, my dear friends, Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. It is located in Nepal. So here everything is related to Mount Everest. So by briefing, that means with a noun phrase, we can brief this information and we can write as one sentence. See, I write this sentence, afterwards I give you 2 or 3 examples. You can try. Say, Mount Everest. Here I can write Mount Everest. This is the subject of this sentence, comma. About this, I would like to write some phrase. What I can write? The highest peak in the world. I can write like this: the highest peak in the world. The highest peak in the world. Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, is located in Nepal. Is located in Nepal. Again, we should not write it because we continued using noun phrase. Just we made it brief. Say, Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, is located in Nepal. Here, the highest peak in the world is noun phrase in apposition. The highest peak in the world is a noun phrase in apposition. Got it? Now I give another example. You try. See, I write question here and I don't wipe it off this example. With the help of this example, you can write or you can answer that question I give. See, for example, Mahesh is my elder brother. My elder brother. Mahesh is my elder brother. He lives in Delhi. He lives in Delhi. Mahesh is my elder brother. He lives in Delhi. Take 10 to 20 seconds. Afterwards, I will ask you. You have to tell the answers. Those who are ready with answers, please raise your hand. Okay, Ratna, sorry, Rama. Rama, please tell your answer.
Mahesh, my elder brother, lives in Delhi.
Very good answer. Very good. Keep it up. Then Aima. Aima, unmute. Yes. Say your answer. Aima, please tell me your answer. Please unmute your mic and tell me, Aima. Hello? Nagasai,
Sir,
tell me answer.
Mahesh, my elder brother, lives in Delhi, sir.
Yes, Mahesh, my elder brother.
Lives in Delhi, sir.
Okay. So can I write he again? Mahesh, my elder brother, he lives in Delhi. Can I write like that?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So we should not write this pronoun he again. So what is correct answer?
Mahesh, my elder brother, lives in Delhi, sir.
Very good. Keep it up, my dear. Please mute your mic. Mahesh, my elder brother, lives in Delhi. So Mahesh lives in Delhi, that is main sentence. We have provided some associated information, some related. So my elder brother is noun phrase in a position. Noun phrase in a position. Now I give you one more question. I give you one more question. Please note down, all of you. Sarojini Naidu is popularly known as is popularly known as the Nightingale of India. The Nightingale of India. She wrote many poems. She wrote many poems in English. She wrote many poems in English. So, with the help of this answer, try to write answer. Try and raise your hands. Okay. Alekia,
Sir,
yeah, please answer this question.
Sarojini Naidu is popularly known as the Nightingale of India, wrote many poems in English.
Once again say.
Sarojini Naidu is popularly known as the Nightingale of India, wrote many poems in English.
Any other answer you have?
No, sir.
Okay, wait. And then Manoj. Manoj from Venkatnagar.
Sir,
Tell your answer.
Sarojini Naidu is very popular in India because she wrote many poems in English.
Any other answer?
No, sir.
Okay. So mute your mic. Sudhir. Sudhir.
Sir,
Tell your answer.
Sarojini Naidu is a popular nightingale of the India. Sorry.
Hmm?
Known as the after what sir that is known as the
The Nightingale of India.
night
The Nightingale of India.
night Indian sir.
Nightingale.
Nightingale.
Ah.
Sarojini Naidu is popular the nightingale of India. She
Hmm.
wrote poems in English.
That is your answer.
Yes, sir.
Any other answer you have?
No, sir.
Murali?
Sarojini Naidu, popularly known as the Nightingale of India, wrote many poems in English.
Okay. Any other answer?
No, sir.
Okay, wait. Yashwant? Yashwant, say your answer. Yashwant from Venkatnagar, please say your answer. Okay, I tell you answer. We can write.
Hello, sir.
Who is that?
Surya, sir.
Surya, tell me.
Yes, sir. Sarojini Naidu
popularly known as Nightingale of India, wrote many poems in English, sir.
Okay. But some modification is needed. I tell you the answer.
Okay, sir.
Mute it.
Yes, sir.
Sarojini Naidu. The Nightingale of India. The Nightingale of India wrote many poems in English. Say the Nightingale of India. That's enough. We need not write is popularly known as. Suppose you want to write popularly known as, you have to write like this. Sarojini Naidu, who is popularly known as the Nightingale of India, wrote many poems in English. Okay, but the answer is not brief. Our main intention is to make it brief so that Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India, simply we have to write the Nightingale of India. We need not write popularly known as the Nightingale of India. Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India, wrote many poems in English. That's it. I give you one more question. Say, Rabindranath Tagore Rabindranath Tagore is called Gurudev. Is called Gurudev. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for literature in 1913. In 1913, Rabindranath Tagore is called Gurudev. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. Try to answer this question. Please raise your hands. Tanushree, speak out. Tanushree, unmute and speak out.
Rabindranath Tagore, Gurudev awarded.
Once again. Once again, please.
Sir, please call me.
Anil Kumar.
Rabindranath Tagore
Ah.
is Gurudev awarded Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913.
Rabindranath Tagore is Gurudev.
Yes.
See,
Award.
in noun phrase, we don't have is. That means verb.
For literature, 1913.
No, try again.
Rabindranath Tagore
Hmm.
awarded the Nobel Prize for 1913.
No.
Oh. Rabindranath Tagore, known as Gurudev, was awarded the Nobel Prize Literature 1913.
Okay, very good. Okay, keep
Thank
it up.
you. Thank you.
Anil Kumar. Anil Kumar. Rama,
Sir.
please unmute your mic.
Okay, sir. Unmuted, sir.
Okay.
Rabindranath Tagore,
Ah.
Gurudev, was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913.
Okay, Rabindranath Tagore is the subject.
Yes, sir.
You said Gurudev.
Sir, I told Rabindranath Tagore after Gurudev, sir.
Ah, yes, of course. Rabindranath Tagore, Gurudev. You said only Gurudev.
Sir, I told Rabindranath Tagore, sir, at starting.
Rabindranath Tagore is subject, Nana.
Okay, sir.
After that, what you said, only Gurudev.
Yes, sir.
Only one word cannot be a phrase, you know that.
Okay, sir.
A phrase is a group of words. So, what is essential part there?
The.
Very good, very nice. Tell now.
Rabindranath Tagore, the Gurudev, was awarded the Nobel Prize
Excellent answer. Okay,
for,
now.
for
Very good.
literature in 1913.
Very nice answer. Say the answer is Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore the Gurudev was awarded the Nobel Prize for literature in 1913. Okay, children, this is about noun phrase in apposition. Okay, let us meet with some other concept in the next class. Thank you. Good afternoon, children. I am Satyanarayana, Faculty of Mathematics. Already before class we learned about some property. Today, once again, I would like to explain about what we learned in the before class. Just introduction I will give. Just listen, children. On the class, I explained about number system, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. After our topic is rational numbers. Yes, children. Set of rational numbers are represented by Q. Because of why? Because rational numbers are represented by Q. Rational numbers also known as rational numbers also known as quotient numbers. That's why rational numbers are represented by Q, capital Q. Means a natural number is a rational number, whole number is a rational number, and integer is a rational number. Yes, children, just see once. These natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. Yes, here. Natural number, whole numbers, integers. A natural number is a whole number, and a whole number is an integer. Every integer is a rational number. Every integer is a rational number. But every rational number is not an integer. Before class we learned about these things. Yes. Listen once. Before class, I explained about here. See, some properties we discussed about properties. First one is closure property. Second one is commutative property. Yes. Next, third one is associative property. Next, fourth one is distributive property. Next, existence of inverse. Existence of inverse. Next, existence of identity. Okay, children. Before class we discussed about these things: closure property, commutative property, associative property, distributive property, existence of inverse, existence of identity. Okay, children. Now, again we learned about the closure property. Here, four fundamental operations we have to solve. How it will be satisfied? Under addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. Just once observe here, children. About addition, closure property, how to satisfy. Before class we learned no. Now we are going to learn about subtraction. Okay. Now subtraction means, suppose for example we can take any two rational numbers from the set of rational numbers. Means 2 by 5 comma 6 by 7. These two are rational numbers. Means already before class we learned about this symbol belongs to Q. These two rational numbers taken from this set Q. Means Q means set of rational numbers. Now what is the operation we have to do here? Subtraction. Means 2 by 5 minus 6 by 7. We discussed about these things. Whenever unlike fractions presented here, if you want to do addition or subtraction,
First we have to convert the unlike fractions into like fractions. See children, is these fractions are like fractions or unlike fractions? Unlike fractions because of different denominators. Here denominator 5, here denominator 7. So we can find like this. Whenever different denominators presented, we have to change into same denominators, means converted into like fractions. Suppose for example, we are 8th class now, that's why simply we can solve this one. These two numbers are co-primes. 5 and 7 are co-primes. Now we have to find the LCM of denominators. LCM of here 5 comma 7 are co-primes now. We know very well about that. LCM of co-primes is LCM of co-primes is their product. Children, LCM of co-primes is their product. Here LCM of 5 and 7 is 5 7 are 35. So can we write as LCM as 35. Now see 5 table how many times divisible here? 7 times because of 5 7 are 35 now. 5 table 7 times cancel. Here numerator 2. 2 into 7 14 minus here 7 table how many times divisible by 35 here? 5 times. 7 5 is 7 table 5 times. So 5 6 are 30. Now it can be written as 14 minus 30 by 35. Now see children, 14 minus 30, how can we do? Here minus 16 by 35. Because of one subject here. Here these two different symbols here plus 14. This is minus 30. Yes, here whenever different symbols presented, we have to do the subtraction. Yes, now 14 minus 30 not possible to do the subtraction. Then we have to subtract 14 from 30. Okay, 30 minus 14 is equal to how much? 16. In front of big number minus symbol there now. That's why we have to keep the minus. So we will get the result is minus 16. Minus 16 by 35. Is it a rational number? Yes, this is also a rational number. Yes, before we learned, whenever two rational numbers add, after getting the result is also a rational number. At the time, rational number satisfy closure property under addition. Okay, at the same time, similarly, these also can be taken as the 2 by 5 and 6 by 7 are rational numbers. After doing the subtraction, we will get the result is also a rational number. That is the reason rational number satisfy closure property under subtraction. Rational numbers satisfy closure property under subtraction. Because of take two rational numbers, we can operate with minus, means subtract 2 by 5 minus 6 by 7. We will get the result minus 16 by 35. This is also a rational number. Yes, after getting result also a rational number. That's why rational number satisfy closure property under subtraction. Clear children? Just write small point up right here up to example. Okay children, now we can write one point. If A and B are any two rational numbers, A and B are any two rational numbers, then A minus B is also a rational number. Okay, that is it can be written that is for all. Do you know children about this symbol? I explained before class. For all a comma b belongs to q, comma a minus b belongs to q. You can write like this. So rational numbers satisfy closure property under addition. Under subtraction, sorry. Rational numbers satisfy closure property under subtraction. Note down, children. Okay, children. Okay, next third operation is multiplication. Multiplication. Now, see children, multiplication means if we take any two rational numbers from the set of rational numbers, after multiplying those two numbers, we will get the product is also a rational number. At that time, rational numbers satisfy closure property under multiplication. For example, we can take 6 by 7, comma 5 by 12. These two are two different rational numbers. Belongs to Q. Okay, their product 6 by 7 and 5 by 12. We can do the multiplication. Just if it is possible to do the cancellation. 6 table 1 time, 6 table 2 times. Can do the product. 1 5 jar 5 by 7 2 jar 14. 5 by 14. Is it a rational number? Yes, this is also a rational number. Okay, we can take two rational numbers. After multiplying those two rational numbers, we will get the result 5 by 14. This is also a rational number. Do you understand, children? Okay, starting addition already we learned. After adding two rational numbers, we will get the result also a rational number. At the time, rational numbers satisfy closure property under addition. If you want to subtract any two rational numbers, we will get the result is also a rational number. That's why rational numbers satisfy closure property under subtraction. Now we took here two rational numbers. Okay, these two, after multiplying these two rational numbers, we will get the result is also a rational number. That's why rational numbers satisfy closure property under multiplication. Okay, now we can write one point here. For any two if any two rational numbers if any two rational numbers a comma b then A into B is also a rational number. Okay, that is for all A comma B belongs to Q, comma A into B belongs to Q. So rational numbers satisfy closure property under multiplication. Write down, children. If any two rational numbers A and B, then A into B is also a rational number. A into B is also a rational number. That is, for all A comma B belongs to Q, A into B belongs to Q. So rational numbers satisfy closure property under multiplication. Clear, children? Okay, children? Clear? Okay. Next, fourth operation, division. Division. Suppose here also same. We can take two rational numbers. Suppose, for example, Surya Prakash.
Sir, can you explain the subtraction, sir?
Okay, mom.
I have missed the class, sir.
Did you miss the class?
Sir, my mother had taken for phone call, sir.
Okay, okay. I will explain about. Okay, just listen carefully. Suppose, for example, CM, just listen. Surya Prakash.
Yes, sir.
Suppose, for example, we can take any two rational numbers from the set of rational numbers. 2 by 3, comma 6 by 7. These two are two rational numbers. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After doing subtraction, 2 by 3 minus 6 by 7. Already before class I explained about these things. When unlike fractions presented, we have to change it to like fractions. Means different denominators. No. 3 and 7 are different denominators. That's why we have to find the LCM of these denominators. What is the LCM of 3 and 7? What is the LCM of 3 and 7?
1, sir.
LCM of 3 and 7 means these two are co-prime numbers. So LCM of 3 and 7 is 21. LCM of co-prime numbers is their product. LCM of co-prime numbers is LCM of co-primes is their product. Okay, means their product means here 3 and 7 is there now. So LCM of these two numbers is 21. 3 7s are 21. Yes. Now 3 times how many times in 21? 7 times. 7 2s are 14. 7 table how many times in 21? 3 times. 3 6s are here. 7 table 3 times cancel. Here 6 is there now. 3 6 are 18. Then it can be written as 14 minus 18 minus 4 now. Because of that, whenever different symbols presented, we have to subtract. Here 14 minus 18 not possible, no? So we can write 18 minus 14. Result is 4. In front of big number minus symbol there, no, here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have to get minus 4. So minus 4 by 21. Is it a rational number? Is it a rational number? Yes, this is also rational number. Okay? After doing subtraction, we will get the result is also rational number. These two are rational numbers. After doing the subtraction, we will get the result is also a rational number. That's why rational numbers satisfy closure property under subtraction. Okay, do you understand what, Surya Prakash? Okay, next. We are going to learn about subtraction. Sorry, learn about division. Now see, fourth operation is division. Okay children, listen carefully once. Now suppose for example we can take any two rational numbers, means 2 by 5, 2 by 5 and 6 by 10, like this we can take. 2 by 5, 6 by 10. Now we have to do the operation division. This is the symbol using for division now. 2 by 5 divided by 6 by 10. 2 by 5 divided by 6 by 10. Now it can be written as 2 by 5. Already in 7th class we learned about reciprocal now. Okay children, existence of inverse. At that time, and so again I will explain about that. Just listen once. 2 by 5. Here division can be changed into and we have to do the reciprocal of 6 by 10. What is the reciprocal of 6 by 10? 10 by 6. We have to write reverse side. That is, reciprocal is also known as multiplicative inverse. Whenever division is presented, we can write reciprocal here. Division symbol can be changed into and the 6 by 10 means this is the dividend, this is the divisor we wrote now here. It can be changed into 6 by 10 can be write as 10 by 6. Because of this is known as, this type of changing is known as reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. Reciprocal are also known as, reciprocal is also known as multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Yes children, suppose for example multiplicative inverse of A by B is B by A. Once again clearly I will explain about this multiplicative inverse. Whenever existence of inverse will come at that time. Okay children, just listen once. 2 by 5 divided by 6 by 10 means here 2 by 5 into 6 by 10 reciprocal 10 by 6. Now just if it is possible to do the cancellation, we can do it. 2 table 1 time, 2 table 3 times cancel here. Yes, 5 table 1 time, 5 table 2 times cancel. Here 1 into 2, 2 by 1 into 3, 3. 2 by 3 belongs to Q. Okay children, just listen once. First listen this one. Here in this case, we can take these two rational numbers now. That's why it is satisfied. These numbers satisfied. Okay. In the case of division, it is not possible all times. Yes, only sometimes it is possible, because means 2 by 5, 6 by 10 remaining rational numbers we can take, it is possible. Suppose if you want to take some rational number, means if you want to take 0 and 6 by 5 we can take. 0 and 6 by 5 we can take, suppose for example. Yes, in this time, is it possible? These two are rational numbers. Suppose we are going to take 0 divided by 6 by 5. Means here divided by is also nothing but the by now 0 by 6 by 5. Again, it can be written as 0 by 6 by 5 means, see here, 0 by 6 by 5. Whenever 0 is numerator, the result always becomes 0. Result always becomes 0, belongs to Q. It is also okay. But in the case of 6 by 5 divided by 0, 6 by 5 divided by 0 means it is nothing but 6 by 5 by 0. Is it possible? It is not possible because of starting rational numbers definition we learn now. P comma Q belongs to Q and Q not equal to 0 means denominator never 0. Denominator never be 0 according to rational numbers condition. Do you understand, children? Numerator 0 okay, but denominator never be 0 in the rational numbers. Our condition is there now before rational numbers definition. P comma Q belongs to Q and Q not equal to 0. Do you understand? Always Q not equal to 0 means denominator never be 0. Numerator 0 okay, but denominator never be 0. That's why we know in lower classes already we learned about this thing. 6 by 5 divided, suppose A divided by 0 means this is not defined. Not defined means division by 0 is not defined. Division by 0 is not defined. That is the reason in this case it is satisfied, in this case also satisfied, but 0 divided by 6 by 5 it is not possible. Okay children, see here 0 divided by 6 by 5 means 0 by 6 by 5 means the result 0, it is okay. But 6 by 5 divided by 0 means 6 by 5 by 0. This is nothing but this one, no? That's why division by 0 is not defined. That is the reason rational numbers not satisfy closure property under division. Okay children, just write this example. Later this example and later this example we can write. I will give the point. Still 4 minutes. Sure. Ramyasri, unmute.
Sir,
Ramyasri, ask me any doubt?
sir, why we can't do multiplication and division as the method of subtraction and addition, sir?
Ma? Once again ask me.
Addition and subtraction we did in one method, no, sir.
Yes.
But why we can't do in multiplication and division that method, sir?
Very good doubt. Means addition and subtraction means these two are 2 by 5, suppose 6 by 10. We can using the symbol plus now.
Yes, sir.
That's why we have to change into like fractions.
Okay, sir.
Yes, whenever we want to do addition and subtraction. Suppose for example, in the case of multiplication and division, we no need to change of like fractions.
Okay, sir.
Okay, simply we can do it. Means 2 by 5 into 6 by 10. Multiplication, simply we can do it. No need of, because of it is possible to do the cancellation like this. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's why no need of changing into like fractions. Whenever we want to do addition and subtraction, definitely we have to change into like fractions. Then only it is possible.
Okay.
Okay, in the multiplication and division, no need of changing into like fractions. Simply we can calculate it. Clear, Amma? Okay, write this example, children. Once I will give one note. Vijaya. Vijaya. Hello, Vijaya. Any doubt? Hello, Vijaya. Okay. Okay, children. Just write one point. Now see once here. If A comma B belongs to Q, if A and B are any two rational numbers, if A and B are any two rational numbers, okay. But okay, children, just listen. Already if A and B are any two rational numbers, but here just no need of writing this point. Just listen once. A and B are any two rational numbers, but A divided by B, we can do it now. That is does not belongs to Q now. Here in the case of division, A and B are any two rational numbers, but A divided by B does not belongs to Q now. Yes. That is the reason rational numbers not satisfied under division. Rational numbers not satisfied under division. Okay, just A and B are any two rational numbers. A divided by B does not belongs to Q. So rational numbers not satisfied under division. Suppose, for example, first example we learned in this division. Suppose if we exclude 0 from rational numbers, at that time division of rational numbers satisfied. Okay, children. Suppose if you take 0, it is not possible to become a rational numbers not satisfied under division. Suppose just small note you can write, children. If we exclude 0 from Q, if we exclude 0 from Q, then set of rational numbers satisfy closure property under division. Okay, rational numbers not satisfied under division. But if we exclude 0 from Q, then set of rational numbers satisfy closure property under division. Okay, children, write down these points. See, children, once rational numbers not satisfy closure property under division. Rational numbers not satisfy closure property under division. If we exclude 0 from Q, then set of rational numbers satisfy closure property under division. Okay, children, we will meet again next class. Thank you. Abhishek. Abhishek.
Sir, I want the definition of rational numbers.
Okay, I will explain. The numbers. Just listen, Amma. Listen, boy, rational numbers. Listen, boy, Abhishek. The numbers.
Yes, sir.
Which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P comma Q belongs to Z and Q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Just listen, Abhishek. The numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P comma Q belongs to Z, are called where P comma Q belongs to Z and Q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Why Q not equal to 0? Denominator never be 0. Example, suppose 5 by 7. Here see P means 5, Q means 7. Here it is in the P by Q form. Do you understand? So whatever the numbers possible to write in the form of P by Q are called rational numbers. Okay, boy? Suppose for example 0, is it a rational number? Yes, it is also a rational number. There is no denominator means definitely 1 is there. Okay, suppose 1 by 0, is it a rational number? Is it a rational number? No, it is not a rational number. Our condition is there now. Denominator never be 0. Q not equal to 0. Here Q 0. That's why it is not a rational number. It means not defined. Okay, division by 0 is not defined. So these are rational numbers. Do you understand point? Rational numbers are also known as quotient numbers. That's why rational numbers are represented by capital Q. Clear, Abhishek? Abhishek? Clear? Next one. Surya Prakash. Surya Prakash. Any doubt, boy?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Ask me, Amma.
Why the rational numbers got quotient numbers name, sir?
Okay, just listen once. Suppose, for example, 20 by 4 now. Is it a rational number?
Yes, sir.
Is it a rational number? Yes. Means 20 by 4 is nothing but 20 divided by 4. Means we can do the division. 4 came how many times here? 5 times. Here remainder 0. We will get the result is 5 now. This result is quotient now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This result is quotient now. After doing the division, we will get the result some quotient definitely. That's why rational numbers are also known as quotient numbers. So rational numbers are represented by capital Q. Hasni? Yes. Yes, Hasni. Ask me, Amma. Just unmute your mobile. Ask me, Amma. Hasni. Not visible. Not audible, Amma. Just once check your mobile. Your mobile is in unmute, that is. Okay, ask me, Amma. Not audible, Amma, your voice. Stop, wait a minute. Harshita. Harshita. Srikanta.
Sir,
Yes, ask me.
can you give some more examples for multiplication, sir?
Yes, sure, I will give Amma. Just listen. Let's see, Amma. Suppose minus 2 by 3, comma 7 by 8. These two are rational numbers. We can multiply minus 2 by 3 into 7 by 8. No. Whenever we can do the multiplication, no need of changing any denominators. Simply we can cancel and do it. 2 table 1 time, 2 table 4 times cancel here. 1 7 jar 7, 3 4 jar 12. Okay, whenever we want to do the multiplication of rational numbers, product of numerators and product of denominators, simply we can do. Product of numerators by product of denominators. Suppose A by B into C by D. If you want to do the multiplication of these two rational numbers, simply we can do product of numerators. Numerators means A and C. AC, A into C. Product of denominators means BD. These two we can multiply. BD means B into D. Okay? AC means A into C. BD means B into D. AC by BD. Whenever we want to do the multiplication of rational numbers, we can do simply product of numerators by product of denominators. If it is possible to do the simplification, we can do the calculation and after we can multiply it. Yes,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
very good. Next. Venkat. Ask me any doubt.
Multiplication example. I don't understand, sir.
Amma, where is multiplication? Suppose for example.
Yes, sir.
6 by 8, 3 by 7. We can take these two rational numbers. We can do the multiplication. 6 by 8 into 3 by 7. simply we can do the product of numerators. 6 into 3 by 8 into 7. It is not possible to do the calculation now. Yes. Suppose we can do like this.
Yes, sir.
Here 6 and 8 divisible by 2 table. 2 table 3 times, 2 table 4 times. After simplifying, we can do 3 3 are 9, 4 7 are 28. 9 by 28. Do we have clarity point?
Okay, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well done. Next. Harshita. Harshita.
Sir,
Yes, ask me, Amma.
give
Yes.
give examples of division formula.
Sir, can you please give the examples of division? Sir, please give the examples, sir.
Division exam. Do you want division examples?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure, I will show. See, Amma, once. 8 by 9 divided by 3 by 4. Suppose we can take 8 by 9 divided by 3 by 4. Yes, it can be written as 8 by 9 by 3 by 4. Like this also we can write 8 by 9 by 3 by 4. Yes, like this we can write. Otherwise, see, 8 by 9. Yes, 3 by 4. What is the reciprocal of 3 by 4? Already explained. Reciprocal of
4 by 3,
A by
sir.
B is B by A.
4 by 3, sir.
Reciprocal of 3 by 4 is 4 by 3. Reciprocal of 3 by 4 is
4 by 3.
4 by 3. Now, same product of numerators by product of denominators. 9 into 3. 8 4 are 32. 9 3 are 27. Like this we can write. Otherwise, simply it is also write like this. 8 by 9. Here division symbol can be write as into. And reciprocal of 3 by 4, 4 by 3. Yes, reciprocal is also known as multiplicative inverse. What is the multiplicative inverse of 3 by 4? 4 by 3. That's why division can be write as into and 3 by 4 can be write as 4 by 3. Okay, children? Suppose for example, in the division 2 divided by 3. Here see here 2 is dividend, 3 is divisor. We have to change this divisor only. Okay, we should not change the dividend here. Dividend. Okay, children. After division symbol, whatever the fraction will become, that only we have to change. Before dividend, we should not change this one. 8 by 9, as usual, we can write. Understood? Next, second rational number only we have to change. 3 by 4 can be written as 4 by 3. Okay, like this changing is known as reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. Yes. So multiplicative inverse of 3 by 4 is 4 by 3. Whenever division is presented, we can do like this. Now product of numerators 8 4 is 32 by 9 3 is 27. Yes, this division is nothing but by 8 by 9 by 3 by 4. First fraction rational number you can write 8 by 9 into 3 by 4 reciprocal 4 by 3. Like this also we can do. Like this also we can do. Both are same. Like this method, this method. Yes. Okay, boy. Okay, thank you. Next class once again we will meet.